Tomorrow, April 18th, the 1.35 patch for Europa Universalis as well as the massive Domination DLC will be available for all. And to celebrate its release, we are going to start a new series for the first time in months on this channel. Sorry for the wait. Having a baby is super time consuming and also quite expensive. So consider supporting on Patreon if you can. Wink wink. We'll be starting this run as none other than England, but don't expect to see any Great Britons in this campaign because we are going to chase the beautiful new Angevin Empire formable. An absolute butt ton of stuff for England, France, Spain, and many other nations has changed since the previous patch. And if you'd like to see more content focusing on those nations in the future, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out. Additionally, if you want to get your grubby little mitts on Domination or any other DLC for EU4, or even just the base game for that matter, I do have a nice little link in the description to my nexus.gg page where you can purchase Steam keys and also support your boy at the same time. Boy, does it feel good to be back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I know I would have said so in the intro, but we are starting a new series today, and I am excited because I have not played a proper series of EU4 in months. It's been months since my daughter was born, I think. But either way, today, of course, as I would have explained, we are doing the Angevin Empire, the Angevin, whatever. I'm going to mispronounce it. I have a visual mod pack. It's linked in the description. Before anybody asks, why does my game look the way it does while still having achievements enabled? It is a mod pack that I have that is Iron Man compatible. Check it out, linked in the description. We are also going to start some opening moves here. So first off, let's see who we're rivaled to. Who rivaled us, rather. Scotland, Ottomans, and Denmark. Easy peasy. And these guys are rival to Aragon and Burgundy. So let's ally these guys. And then let's also ally... we will wait one day and ally Aragon. And hopefully... Perfect. These guys both want land from France. So when we inevitably go to war with them, we'll be able to take some. So let's take a look here early on and see what we can come up with. I think this support the war effort may be our best bet. You can go ahead and lose 15 ducats is literally nothing. 4 mana, nothing. And nobility influence and 1 legitimacy. I'm okay with that. Free stab is always appreciated. Let's set up our stuff here. There's a ton of new ones. I'm not really going to take too much time to go through them for the sake of brevity. But we are going to find a couple of things here. These guys are only 10 influence each, so I'm going to do this early on. One, it does cost a little bit of crown land, but that is totally fine. And then do some oversight. And I'm pretty keen. I'm pretty keen on the extra mana. But I think we're going to go ahead and go with advisor cost. It's going to be useful. And then for the nobility... Yeah, because I think some of these actually allow you to get generals. Grant generalship, which is going to give us a general. The scales with tradition. Let's give it a try. And then we can also go with supremacy and right of council. That will be good. I'm going to keep my crown land for now. We'll come back to the mana privileges later. Same thing with the burghers. A lot of new stuff, but nothing we're going to go with today. We're going to go ahead and go with free enterprise, Old Faithful. We do have more than 5 prestige, so you can't do the little... sneaky thing to get extra prestige by insulting a rival. We're going to go indebted to the burghers because this war with France is probably going to be expensive early on. Not a problem. We'll make it work. Of course, we're going to rival France, and then we're going to rival Denmark, and then we will rival Scotland. So we're going to see here appendages. Okay, so there are new government, new subject types here for these guys. I don't know exactly how that affects them. I remember reading about it in the dev diary. We can grant generalship, giving us a 40 tradition general. We have John Talbot. What is this going to do? Hurt their loyalty is totally fine with me. I probably should have yoinked crown land first. Yes. Oh, Edward Beresford. 2/5/2/2. 2 siege pips. That's going to be really useful. All right, let's go ahead and I would like morale guy. That's okay. Let's go ahead and go with you and... All right. So yeah, early on it's going to be tough because we're probably going to have to continually battle with the idea of managing the whatchamacallit, the War of the Roses. It's going to be tough. I'm going to keep all my forts on initially here. And in order to start working through our mission tree, we need to raise up to 80% of our force limit. I can do that. Do I need manpower? Doesn't look like it. Complete the War of the Roses disaster. Okay, and I'm coming in pretty blind here. This is, like, I'm recording this on the 3rd. So needless to say, I'm quite ahead of the curve. I actually don't even know what the achievements are yet. So this is like super, super hot code. Like this is a pre-release. So shout out Paradox for the early access. I appreciate you, lads. Now let's see here. I'm actually going to turn my fan up as well because it is a little steamy in here. And you know we're about to get sweaty for the 100 Years War, lads. It has to happen. And let's see here. Obviously, we got to go with the wooden wall. Worth the money right off the rip. And we need to get our armies down here because we are going to go to war with them. It's not like a question of if, it's a question of when. And then as far as armies go, I think I'll save my manpower and we're going to get a couple of mercs here. 8 is plenty. How much they got? 13. Okay. So maybe instead of having them here, I'll have these guys down here. Because this 13 stack can handle the Scots, assuming that they ally each other. And we have our allies. We should definitely make sure that we maintain those allies. It may be in our best interest to also ally another one of the rivals. Right, obviously, that's me. Okay. Let's see here. Nobility to reign, huh? It's fine. Does it say me or my subject? Okay, so yeah, we're gonna obviously we're gonna try to personal union France because this end the French conflict, this actually unlocks branching missions. And if you guys have not been keeping up on the dev diaries, that is going to be a major facet of this campaign. Is we're not going to be doing a whole lot of colonization. We might do a bit, but you'll see. It's going to be pretty good. Let's go ahead and steer from Lubeck and go home at war. And then the Royal Navy shall be led by none other than David Howard, Sir David Howard. And let's unpause for a little bit here. We have our mercs. We have raised an army, permanent claim on the Britain region, subjugation CB on Scotland day 1 actually. Okay. Wow. Okay. I imagine the surrender of Maine is still going to be just as normal as it would otherwise be. Let's see here. So War of the Roses is just something we're going to have to worry about on our own. All estates influence lower than 5. Subjects at least 5. Okay. Acts of Parliament. We'll work through that eventually. That's just a time. A house divided here. Nobility. 3 agendas from the nobility. Okay. Pass some parliament stuff. Okay. So a lot of this is parliamentary stuff. Of course, we are Britain. We have to have the parliament to make sure we get a total of 0 things done. Now, I'm going to hold off on this mission because we don't... The primary thing we're looking for right now is to get to war with France. That's honestly it. So, is there anything I can do to avoid this? I don't think so, other than getting an heir, which obviously we're going to try to, but that's just a matter of time. Royal marrying as many people as possible. And hopefully our leader doesn't die. If Henry dies at 23, you know, that would just be the Paradox luck, right? Hopefully the music isn't too loud either. Right? It has been a bit of time. Look at this. They added folders. So this patch right here, so fresh that the mods haven't even updated the folders. They made it so basically if music is being added by a mod, it goes into its own folder. Very cool. You can see here, got the Vicky 3 music. Whether you like the game or not, the music is pretty sick. Portugal. Oh, right. I am allied to Portugal. Blue Portugal, by the way. I think I'm actually going to dissolve that alliance. I think it would be smarter for me to ally the Austrians. I think that's the move. Now, these guys are not rival to them either. So, honestly, this is like best case scenario, actually. A lot of times people recommend restarting until you get at least Burgundy to be your ally. This is my first attempt, so I won't say too much. Also, is this music not playing? Oh, 0 seconds here. I don't know. All right, either way. Sweden, not Scotland. Sweden wants my support. I shall not do that. I'm going to go ahead and turn these forts off at least. Keep our money in the positives. Now, I can't declare war. I'm assuming that I'm assuming it's going to fire the surrender of Maine. I'm assuming. I could be wrong. I'd be embarrassed if it is. Is at war with France. Return Maine to France. Surrender of Maine event. Okay, yeah. My question has been answered. So yeah, hopefully it will happen eventually, like sooner rather than later. I don't think there's anything I can really do about it to speed it up. Let's go ahead and use our diplomats to improve relations with our new allies, and hopefully these guys do not get PU'd too quickly. As far as mana goes, we're going to focus on mill early. Diplo's good, but mill early is what really will allow you to be making things happen here. That's fine. If these guys want to conquest each other, they can be my guests. Not a problem for me. Surrender of Maine. Come on, baby. Expiring CB on my ally. Am I ready? Milan, huh? Poland. Polska-Gorum. I could get a... It'd be funny to get a PO on them. Also, this music sadly has the clipping in it. That's an issue that some mods have. Let's go ahead and go with like Legacy of Seljuk. I love the soundtrack from Antebellum. So good. Some of the best music ever made for this game. And it's a mod. Cardinal Administrator. I'll go with the Prestige. The early morale is going to be useful. And these guys only have 25,000 troops. Of course, their subjects each have like, you know, between 2 and 8. So there's a lot more that they have than what I'm giving them credit for. Now we wait. It's been a whole year. Still no War of the Roses. Just being patient. The Great Bullion Famine. And we wait. Orléans is getting claims on me. The Isles is getting claims on me. Have they allied the French? They did ally the French. Okay. So Scotland will get called in. The reason why I was checking is because sometimes they'll ally them. Sometimes they don't. So now we wait. Waiting for these guys to go up over 50 as well. Okay. Yeah, at this point, War of the Roses is all but guaranteed. You know, unless we get an heir. Neapolitan succession, huh? I say we get an heir. I think it's just going to be... Okay, it's not going to happen. He's terrible, though. 221 is, like, not at all good. It's 5 points total. But it's okay. We'll take what we can get here. Let's improve with the Austrians as well. And the reason why you go with the burger loans is because our interest is only 0.7 ducats per month for like 860 ducats worth of loans. So it's very good. Go with the Pope mana early on. That's fine. Go ahead and see if we can get Papal Controller early on as well. Here we go. This is what we're talking about. We will not surrender an inch of territory to the French. So we will go ahead and we will go to war with them. And we will be able to call in our friends both on a promise of territory, which instantly makes this look a lot better for these guys. They will not join because they don't have any borders, right? Doesn't have enough favors. But if I had enough favors, they would probably accept. But I strongly doubt I will have enough favors. Let's go ahead and get you in here. The Scots are in as well. So let's get you guys up here to Dumfries. And, okay. It's fine. I have 0 papal influence, so I don't care about that. Now, I can't yoink Crown Land because we're at war, unfortunately. Bad timing, but that's okay. So we just need to keep an eye on this. Like, people get stressed out about this war. This war is all about, like, if you do the setup, like, this is correct. Look at this. We outnumber them almost 2-1. We're going to win. Obviously, if these guys piecing out separately is ideal because I don't want to give them any land if I don't have to. But we should also be spying on these guys as well. And I will turn the music down just a tiny bit. That's still even a little loud. Can you guys tell that I'm not used to the long form stuff? Been working on Schubert content for so many months, I forget what it's like. Okay, Destiny of England will fire. And we will keep the British missions and either go with isolation policy, or we will replace our British missions with Angevin, or I'm going to say Angevin for the purpose of this campaign. I'm sure people will pronounce me, or correct me. I'm going to go with Angevin. We will not be able to form Great Britain. Kind of a big deal, right? We will get Force Union CB on France. Okay. Obviously, we're going to go with those, but now you can see we've got new missions down the middle here. Now, am I am a little concerned here. Whew. Really? Jousting tournament, huh? Army tradition, prestige, and splendor. Very useful. Very useful. National unrest as well. Heck yeah. Okay. So, all right, I sent a spy. Hopefully they don't get busted, because getting our relations up with them is going to be important. Can I not force the Union? I can. Okay, I can. Okay. Interesting. Oh, we got a wall breach. How fortunate is that? If I got the mercs in here, I might be able to rush it. It'd be a little reckless, but I think it's worth doing. Now, I'm going to hold off on this one because obviously we're going to PU Scotland eventually. I do kind of need to be mindful of this. I'm just going to pull this army over here and let's have you guys hunt enemy fleets in the North Atlantic. Just let them do their thing. The ideal situation is Scotland comes over to these the marshes in Northumberland, and I can head in with John Talbot and get some stack and wiping going on. I'm going to go ahead. We have them almost 10-1. And then you're supposed to shift consolidate. And my mercs are not being used, actually. That's kind of unfortunate. It's okay. Either way. The idea is that you continually do this. That way they have a maximum strength. So just like that, we have Shart. I'll go ahead and keep it for myself. Generally, if you have subjects, you want to pass the forts off to them, but I obviously don't have that option. Okay, so Scotland is actually over here. We have not sunk any ships. Burgundy and their subjects are losing some. All right. Let's get my siege general over here on Paris in case they get off the fort. That would be ideal. Nice. We're at a 21% chance here. Oof. Oh my gosh, that's a big battle over in Namur. Or Namur. I don't know how you guys pronounce these crazy words. French is a very, very crazy, chaotic language for me. We've won the siege of Paris. Let's scorch the province over here. Let's pull these guys over into Paris. Just get them together. Those guys are getting out of there. So that means we can head in and always take a good fight. 10-1s, always take a 10-1. Shout out DDR Jake. So just like that, we have 24% war score. That's really good. My allies are unfortunately not doing a whole lot. This fight over here is good for us. They have no leader, 2 heavies in the mix. Sadly, no losses for them. It's okay. We'll detach our ships, let them repair up. So, yes, these guys are piling in a bunch of their armies. They're getting them all together. You got to be a little tactical. Expand the army here. Soldiers, workhouses, barracks, training field. Okay, we'll get this eventually. So, Angevin culture, stability of at least 2. Okay, so we're going to convert British culture group to the Anglois, or Anglois? Or I'm going to say Anglois, culture of the French culture group, which is makes me a little sad, but I'm going to do it anyways. Let's see here. We need 50 owned provinces, with low autonomy of French and or British group, and enacted Parliament issue French. Okay, Reconciliation Act. All right, cool. We're going to do this. Now, this first episode is probably going to go a little bit longer than it's going to go a little longer. Obviously, I want to make sure that I'm getting you guys some content. Okay. So, again, always take your 10-1s. If you got a 10-1, take it. That is less men that they will be able to fight you with. Now, these guys are split up. So, this is... You always want to look for a good fight. These guys are looking to reinforce, and I can catch half that army out right here. So, that is a good fight for me. Sadly, the Scots came in, and I missed it. That's okay. But look at that. See? They just lost 7,000 men for 1,400. That's a good trade. I will happily take that trade. Now, we do have quite a low number of... these guys are taking a minus here, so those guys may actually get wiped as well. What the heck, bro? I swear this is Iron Man. So I have lost a lot of men. Some of them, I don't know if it actually counts, the losses from the fort, rushing the fort, but either way, we have ticking war score, which, I mean, it's just Maine right down here. They have lost 24,000 men. So they are hurting. We don't have any professionalism, but Slacken recruiting standards has actually been changed now. Now it actually gives you -5 per year, and it doubles your manpower recovery speed. Your base, I think? It doubles your base? I could be wrong. Yeah, this poor army right here just got absolutely clobbered. So what you're going to do here is we're going to go to the state view. That's actually, you hit the S button if you select a province. You hit S, and then you hit D to open up this menu here, or just click View Edicts, and we're going to put defensiveness on there. And that's going to make it very painful for these guys to siege me down. So all good stuff. So these guys now have 1,000 armies, 1,000 regiments, rather. 11,000. And we're going to try to head around, capitalize as much as we can. I cannot believe these stack wipes we're getting. This is actually insane. I want to get them carpet siege down as much as possible. So let's start getting some carpet sieging done. Yep. Always take a 10 to 1. Well, this isn't a 10 to 1, but still, that's a easy clap. Get started on the siege here. There's 12,000 men right there, but the more of their fort provinces that they have occupied, the better. And you can see these guys their siege ticks are like 45 days. Yeah. So it's going to take them a very long time to siege down, even if they want to. Now, ideally, I would get up here. I would beat these guys up, and I will piece these guys out separately, a white piece even, because they're obviously going to lose their ally in France here. Their ally to Kildare or Kildare. I don't care about that. I will annex them eventually. And Brittany, who I don't care because I border them. So a white piece is ideal because I'm gonna be basically, France will not be able to be a valid ally for them anymore because they'll be a subject of ours after this war. And so then I will have a 5-year truce with them. I will be able to click this button, use that subjugation CB on them. So that's why it's not always the best idea to just click a mission as soon as you get it. A lot of people get this like insatiable urge. You're like, oh, mission completed. I have to click it. I have to click it. You don't always have to click it. I promise you. Sometimes the delayed gratification is actually worth it. So Aragon has been down here on this fort for a minute, almost a whole year. And, okay. That probably means their participation is pretty high as well. Burgundy's at 53. Yikes. All right. Well, we'll see how things go. Ideally, I don't give them a single province. But we have actually won this war so handedly that it may be not that easy. I'm going to quit spying on these guys because I actually want... Oh, no, not that. I didn't mean to do that. I want to have the highest relations possible with them. Their armies are getting clobbered. Yeah, that's most of their whole army there. Oof. Oof. That's their whole army. They got stag wiped. Ah, look at that. Poor France. They never stood a chance. All right. So there's 16,000 men here with a 3-shock general. I have John Talbot here, my 4-shock. Is there a river here? There is a river here. This is the simple terrain map mode. I'm covering it up. Let's see here. Right here, this one. Right there. See it? I try not to. I guess I have a button right here. I can turn my camera off. But yeah, right here. This is the simple terrain map mode, all right? So that's what we're going to be looking for. River crossings with my graphics mod. Otherwise, it'll be like a blue glowing line. So what that means is if I have higher maneuver than them, which I do not. It's matching. But either way, I can head in there. This should be a pretty easy battle for us because what's going to happen is we're going to do a little pro gamer move here. So you can see our numbers are comparable. We're actually going to sortie out, which will add another 2,000 men, meaning they're going to be taking the -1. You get to morale damage received. Actually, is a pretty solid modifier there. But you can see here they are getting destroyed. They actually lost quite a bit more men than we did, almost like what was that, 2,500 men. So yeah, that's good. Now I am going to, let's see here. Let's detach a couple of ships. I'm just going to come up here and blockade these guys. My goal is, like I said, going to be to piece Scotland out. Ideally, a white piece. We're going to get to call for pizza here pretty quickly against the French. That's just the way that it works. As soon as you go over 50%, you get, I think it's 1 year. I think it is. I think it's 1 year. Regardless, I'm not giving these guys anything. Calling them in on the war is going to be helpful. I don't actually have any intention of giving them anything. Ideally, they would piece out separately, and I wouldn't have to, because obviously they'd be like, oh, I understand that I pieced out, so I can't ask for anything, right? But Ideally, I don't give them anything. But if I don't give them anything, they're going to be all pissy with me, and that's okay. Oh my gosh. Let's get on that battle. Stack 'em wiping. No stack 'em wiping, though if they're fleeing. No, they're not. Okay, that's fine. Let's get over here, and the French, after they siege down this area down here in Montpellier, or however that is pronounced, we will have them full occupado, which is incredible. Now, come on now. You feeling brave? Scotland. Yeah, I might not be able to make it happen on Scotland. This is fine. Let's get our mercs up here then. Because we are done with this war. Now, one thing I'm going to do here is I am going to loot them up a bit. Doesn't matter. I as well get a little bit of money for it, right? My Navy's going to come down here, sink a couple of their ships. The weaker they are, the better. The weaker that France is, the better it is for us. So we just stole some ships of them. Sorry about that. My wife is putting the baby down for a nap. I will be right back. And I am back. My apologies. I had the baby monitor in here. So let's see if we can get these guys pieced out. We are at somehow 96 war score, meaning we can piece these guys out and take all of their money, which obviously I will. Anything that we can do to weaken France, we want to do without actually, destroying them, of course. So I'm going to get my everybody over here. We're being sneaky here. All right, so let's come on over here and get these mercs. Actually, let's have you guys come over here. Have you guys head partially up there, and then we'll get like 10,000 over here with Talbot. I will. Okay. They changed it so whenever armies are on a mission, you can't combine them. It's kind of weird. But either way, every month, these guys are taking a little bit of money from these provinces, giving it a bit of devastation as well, which, no skin off my back. Again, anything I can do to weaken France. Oh, wall breach. My goodness. Okay. You guys saw it. That's legit. I promise. 7% of the time. It happens every time. Yeah, these guys are going to be wanting out very quickly. My goal will definitely be to piece out Scotland first. So let's see. I have them full blockaded. Right. Perfect. Perfect. Best case scenario right there. Okay. Let's go ahead and get rid of our mercs so I don't have to pay for them. We'll go one more month here. Get a little bit of extra oomph. And we will piece them out. We will take all of their money. And yeah, we don't really need any of this. I guess I could have them revoke that. That will give us a bit of... The AE is going to be pretty gnarly, but I don't think it's going to really be an issue. Most of these people are just in the HRE, and actually, if they have positive relations of you, rather, they will not be able to even join a coalition. So, like Switzerland, those are the big guys. Switzerland, Palatinate. Everyone else is like small. So we'll go with like these guys here and Palatinate. And we'll just go a few months. We're gonna get call for peace because we have an unconditional surrender. But anytime you get the enemy up to 100 or more war score, they're going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and switch this guy over to the improved relations guy. It's going to allow us to get these guys up. So basically, I want these guys to be over 51 because that's how much aggressive expansion they will be receiving. I can repay a couple of these loans, and I will because we're going to be taking a bunch more from this peace deal. Again, weakening these guys as best we can. Now, I am going to go ahead and transfer from here instead of the North Sea, because what that's going to do is that is going to allow me to use the established communities, which will give me anybody who has a merchant in this node. See Savoy down there. I can get increased, improved relations with them. So Switzerland does not receive it, but Savoy does. Actually, doesn't say it does. Is this tooltip broken? I think the tooltip might be broken. Either way, doesn't matter. Also, a good rule of thumb is to peace out on right before the yearly tick in the end of December. Yeah, we are going to get a little bit of war score. War exhaustion, rather. That's okay. Yeah, basically all we want to do is get these guys to the point where they're not going to join a coalition under any circumstances. So now you can see here, Switzerland and the Palatinate are out. Savoy will be out shortly. I'll give them 1 more month. I don't want to gain any aggressive expansion or war exhaustion if I can. So now you can see Savoy will also not be able to join now. Now it's a bunch of small nations and or princes of the HRE that I don't care about. We will be taking all of their money. I'll have them revoke their cores on 2 provinces. It's going to give us a little bit of prestige, but it's also, I think whenever we have contested cores, it hurts our relations. I could be wrong. It may actually just be a flat rate if you have any. But either way, this is fine. Lots of money, lots of AE. Don't care. Our prestige is going to explode. It's actually at 100 already. Oh, no. Just kidding. That's our legitimacy. Power projection. Watch this power projection. So, yes, we have subjugated the French, and it was actually pretty dang easy. Obviously, these guys are going to be very upset with me. Very upset. However, this is a nice little trick you can do. They will not break alliance with you if you have more than 35 trust with them, or more than 30. 30 is where they break it. So we have some diplomats. So what we're going to do here is we're going to say, hey, man, you want to trust me, right? Okay, that's different. So instead of spamming it now, you can do it all at once. Okay, cool. We were going to go a couple of months here, and I'm going to increase my trust with these guys. Ah, they hate me. Feels bad. I was hoping to try to go for the Burgundian inheritance. It's fine. They're not going to be a member of the HRE, so they will leave. Anyways, you can see these guys have minus 177 opinion of me. Yeah, that's pretty hard to overcome. So what we need to do here is we need to A, let some time go by, but B, improve relations with them, because if you do not know, you will lose your personal union upon monarch death if their relation is negative. Luckily, Henry is only 28. Sadly, he's literally like a terrible, terrible leader, but he is going to at least live long enough, hopefully, to improve these relations. So while we were doing that, let's seize France's throne, making him a 2-2-2. Okay. Ideally, he would actually step down. We get like this guy would be a 4-4-4-4-3. Quick maths. That may actually be worth it. It may be worth it. Liberty Desire on same continent subject. That'll be helpful. This is fine. Let's go ahead and click that. We have the Royal Court, which is going to give us appointment of state minister parliament issue, and we will gain some crown land. Very good. And I think that is probably a good place to call it for this first episode. And I'm going to take a look through some of this stuff. Calais as the staple port. Absolutely. Mercantilism is incredible. I do not care about Brabant. And making Calais better is going to be good. So yes, increasing these guys' opinion of me is going to be very important. We are going to make sure that that is the primary goal of what to do. Obviously, we didn't get all of the money, but we did get a lot of the money. And we need to make sure that we are getting as much done here in the next episode as possible, getting France to be our friend, and continue to work through this beautiful new mission tree introduced in Domination in 1.35 for EU4. If you guys are excited, make sure you leave a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe. There's a ton of content you're going to be missing out on if you're not subscribed to the channel, because we're going to be having a lot of fun this patch. And if you're excited to see the return of long-form Let's Plays, or if you have a suggestion for a modded Monday video, make sure you leave it in the comments below. If you want early access to Chewyshoot vids, you can check out that channel, and you support me on my Patreon or become one of the homies. Join the channel members there, and that is about all I got for you. So till next time, stay chill. And a huge shout out to the patrons and channel members who keep this channel going. If you want early access to these videos and exclusive Discord benefits, make sure you check out the link in the description or the join button below the video.